What's up, tech builders? Today we are diving into something super cool. It's a fully functional cloud storage drive powered by AWS S3. Imagine having your own storage solution that lets you upload and retrieve files effortlessly, securely, using API gateway, Lambda, and pre-signed URLs. Sound complex? No, stick around because I'll break it down step by step, showing you exactly how to build this from scratch. By the end of this, you should be able to create a storage system just like this, uploading files, downloading files, viewing all your files. Alright, let's jump in and build. So this is the architectural diagram. Looks a little bit complicated, but I'll just break it down. So the user has a user interface, of course. So it's with the user interface, it's able to do the upload and view all the files. It could be the other ways of actually designing this architecture, but I just decided to try out this method. So with the API gateway, access the Lambda function to upload, which sends a pre-signed URL back to the user. And with the pre-signed URL, the user is able to actually upload files to the S3 bucket. So pre-signed URL is a secure way of actually doing this, or maybe like accessing the S3 bucket for a limited period of time. And then with pre-signed URL, you can also upload large files. Doesn't matter how large the file is. It doesn't have the limitation of API gateway or even Lambda to directly upload large files to the S3 bucket. So to view files, there's a Lambda function that pulls in the list of the files and displays it on the user's interface. That's the HTML page, and it's a structured way of viewing it, and would actually see all of that working. So this other aspect of using ECS, Elastic Container Service with Fargate and ECR, is just something I also decided to try out. You could actually just use API gateway to view it, actually just host it on another S3 bucket, and maybe use Amplify to view the page. But I decided to try this out as an extension just to integrate different services. Of course, IAM roles, IAM permissions provide security for all of these. Each of them has to be configured with the right permissions for them to communicate with the other services, and that's the architecture of this setup. So let me just show you some of the resources I use. I would upload them to GitHub for them to be accessible. So these this is the HTML page to upload the files, and we need to change this when we configure API gateway for it to actually send in the data with the get function to get the pre-signed URL. And then there's also the post part. So with the pre-signed URL, it's able to post the file directly to the S3 bucket. So that's that. Then also look at the Python functions, the Lambda functions. So these upload binary files. This one gets pre-signed URL. So actually put this on I would set this up on the Lambda function. So let's dive right in. So I've already created an S3 bucket, so this one has been set up with the right permissions. And going through it, you'll need to set up cross-origin access control calls. So this allows you to actually post the data directly into the S3 bucket from your user interface. So let's set up the functions. So I'll create an upload function. Of course, there are two functions we'll be using. So this will be to upload. So I already have an existing row for this. So I'll just drop to S3 row. So this gives it access to S3 bucket for it to be able to set up everything that needs setting up. So I've created this, and then let me get the so get upload percent error. This is what I'll be using. Copy this and I'll paste this here. So let me just explain it. So of course we'll be using Boto3 for the SDK. Then to generate percent URL as with a post method, or the post kind of generating, which would return a JSON structured data back to the user interface, and is that JSON structured data that would be used to send the information to the S3 bucket. So I would deploy this. Of course, you need to make sure that you have the right bucket, and this corresponds with my S3 bucket, and also is in the same region. So those are two things to make sure that they are put in place. Then I'll create a second function. So this will be to get S3 content. So also Python, and I'll use the same rule because I've set it up with the same permissions to access the bucket. So let me get I save this as S3 retriever. Okay, so I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay, I think the US upload bucket 653487, yes, 653, yes, so that is correct. And then I deploy this. Okay, so both of them have been correctly configured. So okay, let me set up. I'll create a new API for that. So I'll just show you the walkthrough and everything. So that will be a REST API build. So this would be the drive API, create API. So I'm gonna create a resource. I'll just call it upload. Enable this, create resource. Then create a method. So this will be get method Lambda functional returning on proxy integration. So this will be to upload. So the upload function. Restrict parameters I'll be adding. I used file, and I'll be showing you that on the front end too. And create method. Okay, successful. What else do I need to configure? I think I'm good to go for now. So I'll just create a new stage, dev, and deploy. Okay, so let me copy this and try it out. Okay, so I'm in my index.html file. Okay, let me quickly go through or show you, or let me explain it as best as I can. So it takes in this, okay, yes, then /upload, that's the resource. Now save that, so we can basically adjust this just to make it, so just to add more aesthetics to it, but it can accept basically any file. So let me come here. So this is actually the front end. And if I refresh this, I should be able to, let's say, choose file, and I'll just find the file to upload. Okay, so let me come here, open, and then upload. Okay, upload successful. So if I come here, come back to this bucket, and then refresh this. Yes, so the file, the AWS multi-architecture, the image I just uploaded, has successfully landed here. So also let me configure this other one, which is, so I have index.html, get bucket contents.html. So this actually uses a Lambda function URL. So I have to come here, come to the, so this is the get S3 contents. Yeah, so I'll need to enable, come to configuration, function URL. Need to create a function URL for this tool. So authentication type, I'll just leave it as none for it to be publicly accessible and to keep it simple. So I'll copy this function URL and I'll come here. Okay, I'm here. Now paste this here. Shall we save this? So to get the contents and list everything there. So also, okay, to download, to make the files downloadable, I'll need to get the the bucket URL, yes. So I'll come here to the bucket and okay, I think I'll just open this and try to get it from here. Okay, so I'll copy this and then I'll paste this here, then I'll just get I just need only this and I'll replace that here. Yes, so with that, since I've made all the objects publicly accessible, the files should be downloadable because it will replace the item key, so you'll be able to get the actual URL of each of the items in the S3 bucket. Yeah. So I'll come back here, and if I click view all files, I should be able to see, yes, the same file that I just uploaded. So back here, let me upload another file. So I'll try and upload, let me upload okay, I'll just upload this picture or anything basically. Open and then upload. You can see the progress bar, upload successful. And once I come to view all files, yes, the image I just uploaded, and you can download it. You can see the size, you can see when it came in. So that was 2025, 0311, yeah, and the time also. So the metadata is coming in here, and I could keep on uploading files. And I also did a filtering. So once I filter, you can see that to filter as you start typing the name of the file you want to. So let me just pick another file. Okay. Now else. let me say all files. Okay, let me try and I'll try and upload a video and then upload. This might take, of course, it will take a little longer. So upload successful. So I come back to view all files. So yes, you can see this is a video, power or app.mp4. So video files also work. So that's the whole part of uploading, and then there's now try doing something else, which is configuring Docker. Close this. So I'm in the folder, and then okay, I'll open this file. Open with VS Code. So this is used to build a Docker image out of your code basically, and it might require maybe some advanced demonstration or diving into Docker and containerization of applications. So that's a separate thing entirely, which I won't really go into right now, but I'll just explain basically what is here. So you have from CentOS, it uses the CentOS base image, and it runs this. I actually had some issues, and hence I had to use this site to actually get the image. Then it installs HTTP server on the base image, kind of like the operating system, and it copies all these files into the path, and it runs this and it exposes this. So I actually need to come to where this data is stored. So okay, cd into, just a moment to actually navigate to where I am. Desktop, then cd into I'm sorry, I just wanted to list it. So I think I saved that. Okay, I think I should be able to just copy this and then cd into okay, yes. So yeah, so I can see everything I need, so I can then run this. Okay, it says okay, let me try and open Docker first. So once Docker, if you have Docker desktop, you can just turn it on. I've actually had a couple of test runs with it, and then you can then run the Docker build my image. So building. So now is up and running. So you can try this out. Come here. So here we are. So it has actually built the image. So you can create a container out of it. Images. So I have this 2 minutes ago, and I can come in. Okay, run. Then I'll just configure a couple of things, maybe 8080, any container name basically. This drive, and then just run it. Okay, I think it's because of the naming. So let me run it. I'll run it without the name. Then 8080, and just run it that way. So there we have it. So you're looking at poetry. So what sort of anyways, let me pull this up. So now you can see that it's here. And let me try and upload the file. So let me upload the architecture diagram. Open. Then upload. Okay, I got an error here. I think I have. Okay. So I'll paste this here. We're running on localhost. And I just choose a file. Come to there's a file I wanted to upload. So projects, just upload. Even from here I can upload these devs drives, the architecture diagram, upload successful. So if I view all files, yeah, so it will actually bring out all the files in my S3 bucket, including the ones that I've uploaded using the local method. So yeah, this is it, diagram method, and as you can see, it just came in. So that's that. Coming back here, we're back to upload all files to S3. So the final procedure, which is using ECR. So let me pull up ECR, and then I'll open this in a new tab. So create a repository, and I actually need to come to US East 1 at the moment, just to keep it uniform. So I'll just call this devs. I want this hyphen to cause a problem in it. So devs drive. So I'll leave that as that. Leave this create. Okay, must start with the letter in the lowercase letter. So devs drive create. So I have this, and then I need to view push commands to actually upload what I need to upload. So I'll copy this. I need to pull up PowerShell. I can just use the CLI. Okay, it's the PowerShell. Let me see. Okay, login succeeded, so that worked. Then docker.build. Okay, I've done this. Okay, I still need to build it actually. I need to navigate to change directory to here. Okay, then run view push commands, then run this docker.build. Say docker.build, docker build. So that's here. So this might take a while. Okay, didn't take so long. So kind of like the same thing it did in the local Docker implementation, but just now I'm running it on ECR. So now if I come here, tag the image, copy, and I come here. Yes. Then after tagging the image, run to push to the repository. So I come here, paste this. So very soon we should be able to see it there. So this might take a while. Pushing. So I would actually just cut this part out to keep it shorter. I think it's already getting very long. So right now, it has completely pushed everything to ECR, and close this. And once I open this, yeah, so this is actually the main image that I'll be using. Okay, let's just, yeah, it's called latest here. So this is the one I'll be using. I will need to actually use this. We need this URI for that to be able to reference it when we start up our ECS. So ECR and ECS, they work together. So with ECS, you can easily just check in all your images that you've saved or you've stored on ECR. So okay, I'll come back to North Virginia, and that's why I'm in. So firstly, I'll set up a task definition, create new task definition. So I just call it divs drive. So of course it's Fargate, so we need to pull up or manage instances, mostly just serverless, and I'll just leave this. I don't think I'll be needing up to 3. So 2 gigs of memory, 1 CPU, and yes, so this will create the task execution rule we need for this to actually work, because it will need an execution rule to be able to reference ECR. So image URI, I'll come here, copy the URI, and I'll paste that here. So join image drive. Yes, I'll leave that port name, so that will just be like HTTP. Let me just say it anyway. So I'll leave that. Don't need environment variables or that. I need to collect logs right now. Don't think here. I'll just leave the other ones and create this. Okay, the name is invalid. Devs drive, and then create. So successfully created, and then come to clusters. Create one. So Fargate still, yes, serverless, then create. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'll pull it off. So it uses CloudFormation to actually create the cluster. So I'll pull it off, pull it down as soon as it's completed, so as not to incur charges. Okay. So let me see what this error is. Create field. Yeah, I'll just delete this and try it again. So the cluster creation is in progress. I take a second. The other things there: tasks, infrastructure, metrics, schedule task configuration, tags, and other things. So you run a new task and then you name it. There's capacity provider strategy and launch type, and then we'll just move on with launch type. And of course it's Fargate because we're dealing with serverless, and we need to create EC2 instances and manage them and all of that. So just maybe specify one task to keep it simple and to reduce and not to incur so much cost. So you have to specify the family, and Dave's drive, I've already created that from the task definition and all of that. Then desired task, leave it as one. Now I have to also set up the networking to allow HTTP for it to work. So just create a new security group and attach HTTP type with the protocol. So that's scrolling down to HTTP. Select HTTP, so it automatically selects port 80 because HTTP of course is port 80. Then specify anywhere because we need it to be publicly accessible. So from anywhere, any IP address can actually access it, which we want. So once that rule is configured, you can also add HTTPS for secure which is secure HTTP of course. Then set up anywhere for a custom TCP. Try that. Yeah, you need to specify the port range for that. So I'll just enter random figures for that but that's not the main focus of that rule, of the rule we want in this case. 0 to 44445, and then create. public IP should be turned on because it's the public IP you actually use to access this. Yeah, it's the public IP you use to access that the application. So right now we're waiting for it to provision and start running. And then yes, you can see the launch type is Fargate. We have 2 gigs of memory, 1 vCPU. And yes, so in a moment I'll refresh this to check if it's. So you can look at the infrastructure, see the capacity providers, Fargate Spot, and the other advanced features you can do there if you want to set it up. You can look at the metrics and then monitor with CloudWatch, CPU utilization, memory utilization. Then other advanced is also doing scheduled tasks, checking other configuration parameters. But right now, just come back to tasks and then okay. So task definition, you can see devs drive still. Then I'll refresh this and now it's running. Now that it's running, you can open it up and then see other things that are there, the details and other configurations that were there that were used to actually define the task. So copy the public IP address, then you can try it. Let's open up a new tab. So that was the local Docker method. So this is now the public method of actually running this. So it didn't work here because of the HTTP. I only allowed HTTP, but this is forcing HTTPS. So it won't work because I didn't allow HTTP. But that's just something to note when configuring your for your network settings. So I just open it again here. And right now you can see that it's opening, but you can see that not secure, which means it's using HTTP. So on this page is actually working. You can view all files and you see that it's working. Still the same public IP address 58.82.23.117. Then the path, which is get bucket content.html. So if you try and filter, it actually works, viewing all the data on your S3. So upload files to S3. This is the first page, which is index.html. So this is back to the architecture diagram, and I've been able to actually configure everything from upload image to view image, and the ECR, which stores the image, then the application. This is actually not only for images. I just kept upload image there, but it actually works for any type of file. So this is working on this page. As you can see, we still have the not secure, which is HTTP. So refresh this, and so it's all loaded. So the architecture diagram is working, and we're actually using the ECS with Fargate to actually launch it. So this is the third method I've used to open up this application. This is Docker. This is the containerized version. So I want to try and upload the Docker file. The Docker file that was actually used to make this container application, and I'll upload it. So upload successful, view all files, and then yes, even with you can view all the files from the containerized application deployment. And let's try and search the Docker file. So the Docker file we just uploaded, this is it. You can download it and you can see the details. So back to the upload files page, which is the index page, which is the first page. So let's check back the tasks, and I'll just clear up everything. So you can see one running task here, and it's green, which means it has done the health check and everything has been verified to be okay. So I'll stop this, stop all tasks, just to make sure I don't incur so much cost, because ECS is a very expensive service. In fact, depending on how the load of what you are doing, services can easily incur so much costs on AWS. So I refresh this, you can see the provisioning. Let's also try and remove the task definition, but I don't think this will work here because you need to also clear up other things. Okay, still active. Okay, I'll deregister it from here. So click the register, come back to task definition. Okay, there's no delete option here. So I'll come back to clusters. You can see still running, but it's not using EC2 instances. So we have 0 EC2 because we are using the Fargate method. So right now we have no tasks running. So we should be able to clear this up. So delete cluster, delete Dave's drive. I'll just copy this, paste it here to delete the cluster. So no services to delete, no container instances to deregister. So as you can see from the CloudFormation stack, it's actually, okay, let me come back here and refresh this. I think this is the old one. Okay, this is the create complete. So if you refresh this, yes, that's completely deleted it. So I'll close this, come back here. So this is my S3 bucket. If I refresh this, I should be able to see all the objects I've been able to upload. So the Docker file that we just uploaded is also there. So if I refresh this, it should, because I've deleted the cluster now, none of this should work. Okay, still trying to reach it, but that won't work because it has been deleted. So I'll come back to the cluster, close this. So cluster and stack has been deleted, successfully deleted all of this. So I'll close that. It has rendered it inactive. So right now, verifying, you see that this doesn't work because none of those resources are there anymore. Come back to clusters. So we have 0 clusters. So everything has been cleared up. So I shouldn't incur cost anymore. And I'll be waiting for my bill at the end of the month to see what I've been able to, put together based on this run. This is not my first time running this. So the accumulated values, I'll see all of that. So now I'm deleting the images just to clear up my repository on ECR, Elastic Container Registry. Delete this, clear this up. So right now I have nothing here. All of these things that were pushed have been deleted. So I'll reduce that. So nothing here. Close this. So back to the architecture diagram. So I've cleared up the ECR containerization part, but the API gateway would still be working, and I wouldn't incur so much cost from there. Back to the architecture diagram. It's not actually just images, as I've explained. There are different file types that are uploaded, including videos and audio. And that's the power of using resigned URLs to upload files to your S3 bucket. It actually gives the ability to upload large types of files, large files. So let's try and upload a song here. So I'll just pick this song, Lion, open it, click on upload. So requesting upload URL. Upload successful. So if I view all files, you should be able to see Lion. Yes, stored on the first row, Lion, and then every other thing. The MP4 you can see it, Powerwall app, PNG files, Docker files. If I download the song, So you can see the download progress. It's 5.9 megabytes, so it's done now. So I'll open it. Try to play it. So you can see it's playing right now. And there you have it. I've been able to upload, store my files, and download them with ease. And this is the architecture. This is me trying out cloud projects, and this is a successful deployment of a project, a storage project I call Dave's Drive, kind of like Google Drive, but I just borrowed the name and called it Dave's Drive. I usually use Postman to try out some of my, especially when I'm working with API Gateway. I use Postman to make sure things are working well, and you can see some of the responses. So this is the response of when you call the get method on your API gateway URL. This is the response you get, the URL. So this is the body, is a JSON body, and these are the credentials it uses to actually sign and make sure that it has the right permissions to upload data to your S3 bucket. So it's security in action, good security for good design, good architectures, and maintaining that pillar of the well-architected framework. So thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one.